Turn on your favorite station, you hear the same old song. I feel like, dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around, hey. Walk with me now, we running wild, hey. And nobody can, we on the town, hey. Never come down, I never come down. Blow one down, pass it around, hey. Walk with me now, we running wild, hey. And nobody can, we on the town, hey. Never come down, I never come down. Lose it, I might lose it, I might lose it, I might lose it, lose it, I might lose it, I might lose it, I might lose it.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Bills going up against the Conquistadors. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. It's the third largest stadium in the world, a capacity over 95,000, as we are in Mexico City, the capital of the great country of Mexico. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Mexico City Conquistadors. First down, Wentz to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And now it looks like we're going to... get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Wentz to throw on second down. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Now let's go. 3-19. Leopard. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here.
Now, Barney.
A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
A good explosive run there sets them up with a new set of downs, and every team wants to start their game with a really nice drive. 3 and out. No one wants to see that, and they were able to avoid it after that run.
First, Dixon again. And a cutback right sideline. 20. Touchdown. Kenneth Dixon, 50 yards. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue: explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now.
Winston now to throw on first down. Crabtree with it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Jameis to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. Now Winston. And it's complete. Hooper. First and 10, Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On second down, Winston again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. And this is caught by Jackson. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Fresh set of downs here. A first down throw for Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the...
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Luke Kuechly in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. – 7th 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third do
Third and long for Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. Now fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. Throwing now is Wentz. Coleman has it here right side. And he's out of bounds right at the 25. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll give him a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the gun on third down, Wentz. He's got the hook up with Conley. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 12 yards is the pickup there. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wentz now to throw. The hook up good to Marquise Wilson. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Marquise Wilson, 55 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Martin, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Bills' offense comes out ready to take over. Back to it after the pick six. Winston got a man, and he hits him in stride. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
And it's complete. Hooper. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. He sets into a double team, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
The drive begins with a run by Dixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Detroit!
On second down, it's Dixon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They go back to the air here after the INT. And finding the tight end Hooper. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll make it a second down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets up. Now first and goal. They come out with one back and 3 touchdowns. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Theo Riddick taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills cut into that lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Open man, the tight end Rodgers. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
It's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, Pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
To throw, it's Wentz. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll give him the first down.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Oh, good hurdle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Wentz. Out to the right here to Wilson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wentz. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and the wide out in motion. From the gun, it's Wentz. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Wentz now to throw. That's caught at the 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the 3 now. Here they come on 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. He may, and this will be a touchdown. Carson Wentz, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. You've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now let's go.
Right back to Dixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 9 yards is the pickup there.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go. Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Drops it underneath to Dixon. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Trying to pound it in with Dixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go now.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here we go now. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
They'll run. It's Dixon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Leopard. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Back down up, Philly. Here we go.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. He's got time. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cameron Meredith, an 11-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. But a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball. But instead, it turned out to be a touchdown, and they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
And now out come the Bills. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Offense still needing 10 yards, 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. A 2nd down throw for Winston. Man open left side, it's Williams. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Wentz to throw on second down. Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Wentz now on first down. That is caught at the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenneth Dixon as the first half is winding down. And this offense continues to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try to put points on the board.
To throw, it's Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Wentz now on first down. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. But they will not. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
It's a gain of 5 on the play. Jameis to throw it. Jackson's got it over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Bills a first down. Throwing, Winston. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And quickly, they get to the line. Now with that, no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kenny Clark in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Jameis on second down. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Ready. Flip it. Check 59, Mike.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Ready. Easy. Switch.
3rd and goal. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Winston on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive with Dixon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Yeah, Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence. Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too. You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
18 yards there and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. You got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Wilson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And this offense is running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And the Bills getting set to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. 17 yards on the pickup. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. On 1st and my goodness, another interception. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Back to it after the pick 6. Winston got a man, and he hits him in stride. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Winston. He hits Riddick underneath. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. To throw, Winston. Austin's got it left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, he hits Austin. Back now in Mexico City. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided. 2nd down, just 1 yard to go. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's Riddick. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to the flat for Riddick. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Theo Riddick, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills claw one back. And he'll bang that one through. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here now the offense heading back out there. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground with Dixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It'll only be a gain of 1 yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And here come the Bills. A first down throw for Winston. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Jameis now on first down. Caught by Montgomery. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense because the offense is able to grab that one.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. He'll buy some time right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Blue 90. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And able to find Conley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing now is Wentz. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, Winston to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A big gain there for the Bills. 36 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game.
And Winston lost the football. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Brandon Coleman was the intended target. And it's 4th and 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Try to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much. And my goodness, another interception. And it's ha-ha Clinton Dix with a...
That's a takeaway. Now that's a takeaway.
Left field, call it. Babe Ruth, ball it. Your boyfriend's got a cauliflower, and I'm a... So